my question of the day.
All right, welcome back to Speak for Yourself from the crib. Marcellus, Wiley, Jason Whitlock on a Friday afternoon. All right, time now for Darnell's question of the day, and we'll also be joined by LeVar Arrington from his crib in Pasadena. Darnell, LeVar, welcome. Darnell, homeboy, take it away.
Yes, sir. Let's talk Dez Bryant, who recently made news about violating social distancing guidelines and working out with Dak Prescott and some other Cowboys. Dez had pretty rapid decline in Dallas and was out of the league by age 30, but now he says there was a different reason, claiming on Twitter that politics is what killed his career in the NFL. I wanted to ask you guys, do you think there's any truth here?
No, I don't. Dez couldn't get open at the top of routes anymore. Dak Prescott came in as a quarterback, totally different animal than Tony Romo. And then Dez tore up his Achilles tendon, and that's why he's out of the NFL.
Woo, this is a tough one, man. There's a lot of variables at play here, but there was a game within the game that Dez Bryant didn't play correctly that obviously led for him to finally be out the NFL. He finally just bled out of self-inflicted wounds. And if what Whitlock was saying on the field is true, once he saw the transition from Romo, who would throw him the 50-50 ball, to Dez, who didn't get the same separation, but also didn't have the same quarterback that was going to take those risks, Dez found himself in a bad position. But there have been countless other incidents that occurred during his career that had ownership and had the league on Dez's head in terms of being on notice. And those type of things people keep record of. And as soon as they feel that they have a moment of leverage or you're starting to decline, they expose and they show their ugly head. So I think he just bled out, really, of self-inflicted wounds more so than politics.
Come on. Of course it's politics, y'all. It's politics because he politically messed himself up. He messed himself up. Listen, more often than not, when a person is a multiple infraction maker, a multiple mess up type of guy, a multiple get in trouble, you can't sit there and come to the table and say, I need you to take me seriously now that we need to do these contract negotiations. So it is the politics of it. But he created those politics. As you mentioned, self-wounds and bleeding yourself out. He created the politics that surrounded him not being able to get to the deal that he wanted to get, which ultimately led to him being let go from the team. You can't sit there and conduct yourself as somebody who belongs in a room where you have more attention from the teachers versus the kids that are in the room that there's 30-some kids in there and the teacher can't spend as much time with them. He put himself in that room where he needed special attention. When he wanted that extra money, they made it very clear that you're in a room that we're not comfortable giving you that money. Those are the politics that played out for Dez Bryant.
I actually like Dez Bryant and a lot of the things he says over social media. And I got to remind myself, social media is just a stream of consciousness. This is what he thinks in the moment. His career ended in disappointing fashion. Right now, it's politics. It wasn't my screw up. Tomorrow, he might think something else. Marcellus, you got a final comment? We got about 30, 45 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, look, I love Dez. That's the homie, too. But, look, I got to call it like it is. He was an habitual line stepper. And I remember being at home one game, and Dez was doing Dez, walking up that sideline, barking at everybody, trying to get him rallied, trying to get him right. Meanwhile, he wasn't catching any passes. And I knew that wasn't going to be long for his team or for his career. And I think the clock was ticking a lot earlier before Dez took realization of it.
You know, Dez reminds me a lot of LeVar. You know, everybody in TV has told him to cut his hair, to, you know, get in line and look normal like everybody else, but he refuses. He thinks he has more leverage than he actually has. And as I've told you, man, going to see a barber, there's no health risk to putting a comb to your head during this coronavirus situation, LeVar.
Dang,
anyway, enjoy your weekend.
I like it, LeVar.
Do some corona cooking. All right, stay right where you are. We got a Whitlock coming to end the show. I'm going back in on this Justin Rohrwasser situation. The Patriots kicker, the most. Welcome back to Speak for Yourself from the crib, presented by Hyundai. I'm Jason Whitlock. All right, we got a special Whitlock for you here to end today's show. No Uncle Jimmy. Yesterday, I was reminded again about the price of freedom. The price is dumb. In America, you cannot separate the word free from the word dumb. There is no free without dumb. You follow me? The amount of dumb we tolerate determines the amount of free we experience. The theme song for this show is called Freedom. I believe in freedom. I love it. Yesterday, I got a little overheated talking about the Justin Rohrwasser story, the Patriots kicker who has been vilified and accused of racism for loving some gun-loving, small government supporting, they're calling it anti-government. He's getting killed for having a tattoo that seems to celebrate them. Twitter troll Jamel Hill thinks the tattoo proves that Justin Rohrwasser is some sort of white supremacist. ESPN podcaster Bomani Jones thinks the tattoo means that Bill Belichick should be questioned or cross-examined by Johnny Cochran for drafting this kid. Hill and Jones's opinions are dumb, but we have to tolerate their dumbness to remain free. That's what I mean when I say freedom. And we all have to remind ourselves that we're all capable of being dumb. I certainly am. When I was Rohrwasser's age, I wanted to join the Nation of Islam, the black nationalist religious group that turned Malcolm X from crook to scholar and whose members later murdered him when he disavowed Elijah Muhammad. The Nation of Islam preached that white people are the devil and that black people are supreme. When I was in my teens and 20s, I ignored their racist rhetoric and the murder of Malcolm X. I was attracted to their belief in black self-reliance. I strongly believe in self-reliance and self-responsibility. My father and mother taught me that. On the bright side, we're all more free because of the dumb we've tolerated from Hill and Jones. God bless America, and we'll see you on